Every team wants to be a high-performing team. No team wakes up and says, you know what, mid is where it's at. But most cross-functional teams are missing a few key elements that keep them from reaching their full potential. And it's not more meetings.
No more meetings! No more meetings!
It's not more Jira tickets or Trello boards. So what is it? Today, we're breaking down proven strategies that set apart the best teams and how you can apply them using a swim lane diagram in drawio. By the end of this video, you might realize what your team has been missing all along, so let's get started. Some teams move fast, stay aligned, and though no team is perfect, they continuously work at a high level of efficiency. Others, they get stuck in endless back and forth, miscommunication, and confusion. And efficiency feels like a lucky accident. It's like finding a quarter in the street. And here's the thing, it's not just about who's on the team, but how the team is structured. A lot of teams operate like assembly lines. One person does their part, pushes it down the line, and hopes that the next person picks it up. But high-performing teams don't do that. They operate like architects on a mission to build a perfect house. They design their workflows carefully and communicate with teammates on the project effectively. This ensures that every part of the process is clear, connected, and structured for success. So let's break this down visually and map out exactly how high-performing teams set themselves up for success. We're going to use a swim lane diagram to show how different roles interact in a high-performance cross-functional team, using the analogy of building a house. So let's look at this. Each lane represents who does what on the project. In this case, the architect, builder, and inspector all have distinct but connected roles in constructing the house. One of the biggest reasons that cross-functional teams struggle is because people aren't sure who owns what and what to do next. High-performing cross-functional teams define this clearly. Just like a blueprint tells you who's responsible for what stage of construction, in our diagram, each swim lane represents a different role, ensuring everyone knows exactly where they fit in the bigger picture. At my house, we have recycling and trash pickup every 2 weeks. There's certain things that the trash and the recycle just does not take. And what happens sometimes is people aren't sure about that. So they just put it out, and because nobody knows what to do with it, it just sits there for quite some time, and nobody knows who's responsible for it. I mean, it's the whole neighborhood, and nobody knows what to do next. And this is what happens when teams don't have a smooth handoff or any communication around these. In high-performing teams, handoffs are clearly communicated and each step flows into the next. No bottlenecks or I thought you were handling that moments. In our swim lane diagram, you can see how work moves between the roles in a clear, structured way, preventing delays and misalignment. By the way, if anyone knows who's responsible for picking up a 1960s rusted bed frame, let me know. Maybe I should create a swim lane diagram for my neighborhood. I'll be back. If the architect never checks in with the client, you get a disaster waiting to happen. The best teams don't work in silos. They consistently communicate and adjust as needed. You see, I mentioned communication in this stage too because it's a key to every step of the way. In our diagram, we highlight who's responsible for which task in a project, as well as which decisions need to be made and when. This ensures everyone is on the same page and knows what needs to be done before moving forward. This keeps the entire project aligned, whether you're building a house or launching a product. All right, so now here's where things get practical. You can take the same approach and map out your own workflow using swim lane diagrams in drawio. Start by outlining your team's key roles and defining where handoffs happen. Then look for gaps. Are responsibilities clear? Are there bottlenecks slowing anything down? Embedded in a confluence page, detailing your team's structure and workflow that your team can collaborate on and leave feedback, ensuring that everyone is clear and brought in on the whole process. This simple exercise can transform the way your team works, making collaboration smoother and more efficient. At the end of the day, high-performance teams aren't just lucky. Again, they don't work like assembly lines, mindlessly passing work down the chain. They work like architects on a quest to build the perfect house, designing and collaborating with intention. So here's the challenge. What is one small shift that you can make today to structure your team to work more efficiently? Think about it, because that's what separates the teams that struggle from those that thrive. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Until next time, stay connected.